Hello everyone out there in Facebook land. Tonight, you are going to get to experience story time with
Daddy.
Jaxon and Daddy.
Daddy, I can't wait.
You can't what?
I can't.
You can't what?
This is Mommy's house.
Yes, this is Mommy's house. But we're going to read a book called The Butter Battle book, which comes out backwards, so it doesn't really matter. Alright. For Audrey with love.
Hey, Daddy, I can't wait.
On the last day of summer, 10 hours before fall, my grandfather took me out to the wall.
Oh, whoa.
For a while he stood silent, then finally he said, with a very fine sad shake of his very old head, "As you know, on this side of the wall we are Yooks. On the far other side of this wall live the Zooks. Then my grandfather said, it's high time that you knew of the terribly horrible things that Zooks do. In every Zook's house and in every Zook town, every Zook eats his bread with the butter side down.
How would I kill boy?
But we Yooks, as you know, when we breakfast or sup, spread our bread, Grandpa said, with the butter side up. That's right, honest way, Grandpa gritted his teeth. So you can't trust a Zook who spreads bread underneath. Every Zook must be watched. He has kinks in his soul. That's why, as a Zook, I made watching my goal. Watching Zooks for the Zook watching border patrol. See, it says, Yooks are not Zooks. Keep your butter side up.
Oh.
In those days, of course, the wall wasn't so high, and I could look on any Zook square in the eye. If he dared to come close, I would give him a twitch with my tough-tufted, prickly snickberry switch. For a while that worked fine, all the Zooks stayed away, and our country was safe. Then one terrible day, a very rude Zook by the name of Van Itch snuck up and slingshotted my snickberry switch.
How about I can Daddy Princess?
With my broken-off switch, my head hung in shame. To the chief Yookaroo, in great sorrow I came. But our leader just smiled. He said, you're not to blame, and those Zooks will be sorry they started this game. We'll dress you right up in a fancier suit. We'll give you a fancier slingshot to shoot. And he ordered the boys in the back room to figure how to build me some sort of triple sling jigger. Jaxon, you must lie down. You must lie down. No story if you don't lie down. No story. I will go out. With my triple sling jigger, I sure felt much bigger.
What?
I marched into the wall with a great vim and vigor, right up to Van Itch with my head on the trigger. I'll have no more nonsense, I said with a frown, from Zooks who eat bread with their butter side down. Van Itch looked quite sickly. He ran off quite quickly.
We are puppy?
I'm unhappy to say he came back the next day in a spiffy new suit with a big new machine, and he snarled as he said, looking frightfully mean, you may fling those hard rocks with your triple sling jigger, but I also now have my hand on a trigger. My wonderful weapon, the jigger rock snatch'em, we'll fling 'em right back just as quick as we catch them. We'll have no more nonsense, we'll take no more gup from Yooks who eat bread with their butter side up.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's him.
Jaxon, please lie down in your bed. Please lie down in your bed or you can't be my number one. I need you to be my number one, Jaxon.
No.
"I have failed, sir," I sobbed as I made my report to the Chief Yokaroo in the headquarters fort. He just laughed. "You've done nothing at all of the sort. Slingshots have failed. That was old-fashioned stuff. Slingshots, dear boy, are not modern enough. All we need is some newfangled kind of a gun. My boys in the back room have already begun to think up a walloping zingers one. My bright boys are thinking. They're on the right track. They'll think up one quick and we'll send you right back."
Send you right back.
Jaxon, I will leave. I'm warning you. They thought up a great one, they certainly did. They thought up a gun called the Kick-a-Poo Kid, which they loaded with powerful poo-a-doo powder, and ants' eggs, and bees' legs, and dried fried clam chowder.
Hey, a puppy.
They carefully trained a smart dog named Daniel to serve as our country's first gun-toting spaniel. Then Daniel the Kickapoo Spaniel and I marched back toward the wall with our heads held up high, while everyone cheered and their cheers filled the sky. Fight, fight for the butter side up, do or die.
Or do or die. Oh, Mama.
Well, we didn't do, and we didn't quite die, but we sure did get worsted, poor Daniel and I. Van Itch was there too, and he said, the old pig, "The boys in my back room invented this rig, called the 8-nozzled elephant-toted boom blitz. It shoots high explosives, sour cherry stone pits, and I will put your dumb Kickapoo kid on the fritz." Poor Daniel and I were scared out of our wits.
Oh, no. You stop it.
One more by Van Itch I was bested and beat. Once again I limped home from the wall in defeat. I dragged and I sagged, and my spirits were low, as I thought that they ever could go, when I heard a boom-ba and diddle-dee-dill, and a butter-up band marched up over the hill. The Chief Yokaroo had sent them to meet me, along with the right-side-up song girls to greet me. They sang, "Oh, be faithful, believe in my butter," and they lifted my spirits right out of the gutter. "My boy," smiled the Chief Yokaroo, "we've just voted and made you a general. You've been promoted. Your pretty new uniform's all ready. Get in it. The big war is coming. You're going to begin it. And what's more, this time you are certain to win it. My boys in the back room have finally found how. Just wait till you see what they've puttered up now. In their great new machine, you'll fly over that wall and clobber those butter-down sooks, one and all."
No, you're not, Daddy.
The boys in the back room sure knew how to putter. They made me a thing called the utterly sputter, and I jumped aboard with my heart all a-flutter and steered towards the land of the upside-down butter. This machine was so modern, so frightfully new. No one knew quite exactly just what it would do. But it had several faucets that sprinkled blue goo, which somehow would sprinkle the zooks as I flew, and gum up that upside-down butter they chew.
What did I see?
I was racing pell-mell when I heard a voice yell, "If you sprinkle us zooks, you'll get sprinkled as well." Van Itch had a sputter exactly like mine, and he yelled, "My blue gooer is working just fine, and I'm here to say that if yooks can goo zooks, you'd better forget it, 'cause zooks can goo yooks."
No, you can't get the big boy.
I flew right back home, and as you might have guessed, I was downright despondent, disturbed, and depressed. I saw just as soon as I stepped back on land. So were all of the girls in the Butter Up band. The chief drum majorette, Miss Yuki Ann Sue, said, "That was a pretty sow fight that you flew, and the Chief Yokaroo has been looking for you."
Ouch.
I raced to his office. The place was a sight. Have no fears, said the chief. Everything is all right. My bright backroom boys have been brighter than bright. They've bought up gadgets that's newer than new. It's filled with a mysterious moo-lacka-moo, and can blow all those zooks clear to Salamagoo. They've invented the Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo. You just run to the wall like a nice little man. Drop this bomb on the zooks just as fast as you can. I have ordered all yooks to stay safe underground. While the Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo is around. Jaxon, sit down. As I raced for the wall with the bomb in my hand, I noticed that every last yook in our land was obeying our Chief Yookaroo's grim command. They were all bravely marching with banners aflutter, down a hole for their country, all right side up butter.
The butter.
That's when Grandfather found me. He grabbed me, he said, "You should be down that hole, and you're up here instead. Perhaps this is all for the better. Somehow you will see me make history right here and right now."
Right now.
Grandpa leapt up that wall with a lopulous leap, and he cleared his hoarse throat with a bopulous beep. He screamed, "Here's the end of that terrible town of zooks who eat bread with the butter side down." And that very instant we heard a clup, clup of feet on the wall, and old Van Itch clucked up. The boys in his back room had made him one too. In his first was another big boy Bomaroo. "I'll blow you," he yelled, "into pork and wee beans. I'll butter side up you to small smithereens." "Grandpa," I shouted, "be careful. Oh, gee, who is going to drop it? Will you or will he?" "Be patient," said Grandpa. "We'll see. We will see."
Oh, what?
The end. Or is it? Who do you think dropped the bomb, Jaxon?
A scene.
A scene?
A scene.
You sing?
No paper.
Say good night.
Good night.